This video will cover how you can get this incredible no RNG Duchess build going for every single run in Nightreign. We're going to cover the best weapons, the best relics and talismans, and tons of OP tips and tricks that you might need for this build that absolutely dominates both solo and team play in Nightreign. There's really two things that make Duchess really OP. It all lies on the fact that Duchess has a much faster moveset with daggers compared to other characters, which is more important than you think. That, plus in combination with her game-changing Restage skill that's arguably the single best ability in the entire game, maybe except for Iron Eye. Because Restage will repeat all the damage that you've dealt in the last 3 seconds to any enemies, and it's not just your melee damage, it includes spell damage, weapon skill damage, and everything. Here's an advanced technique most players miss. If you time your attacks right before using Restage, you can set up massive damage windows. Hit an enemy with a weapon combo, immediately cast a sorcery like Glintstone Pebble, then trigger Restage while the spell is still connecting. The result is absolutely devastating burst damage that can melt boss health bars. So because Restage is so OP, we really want to be running some strong weapon and relic combinations, so let's talk about that. Here's a few ways we can take this. You can go with int scaling with the crystal knife and ivory sickle to deal the best base damage because of their magic damage scaling. But my personal favourite is dual wielding daggers that let you trigger multiple status effects simultaneously. My favourite go-to is poison or bleed statuses. The Wakizashi and Bloodstained dagger are fantastic for bleed build-ups, and anything with poison is really good too, especially with the Knight of the Wise boss relic. It boosts attack power when poison is nearby and gives your weapon poison infusion. And to get the most out of Restage, we're also going to be looking out for some specific weapon skills. Knight of the Miasma is great for this. This boss relic changes your weapon skill from Magic Dagger to Chilling Mist, and Chilling Mist is absolutely broken. When you hit enemies with your dagger, you build up Frostbite, and once you proc that Frostbite, 2 incredible things happen. You go completely invisible every single time you get a Frostbite proc, and you get an attack power bonus while the enemy takes 20% more damage from all sources. Another great one is Hoarfrost Stomp as a weapon skill. Hoarfrost Stomp gives you AoE coverage, lets you attack at range safely while applying Frostbite status, and can hit multiple enemies simultaneously. The combo potential is incredible. Hit Hoarfrost Stomp on a group of enemies, immediately trigger Restage, and watch entire enemy packs get completely obliterated. So moving on to the other relics and talismans we can use for this build, a really powerful relic comes from Duchess's own remembrance quests, the Crown Medal. Dagger Chain Attack reprises event upon enemies. It's a mouthful, but what it really means is that when you do dagger attack combos, it'll double them up similar to how Restage works. This is incredibly powerful because you're basically getting a free Restage proc without even thinking about it. Another great remembrance quest relic is the Golden Dew relic. It gives you a character skill attack power boost, which is about a 20% damage increase for Restage. You can get both these relic effects in random relics too, which is great. Grab anything with HP and FP restoration on successive hits. And also you could go for character cooldown reductions. A +3 would take Restage from 12 seconds to about 10. The Knight of the Baron, Knight of the Beast, and Knight of the Champion are all boss relics that give you massive stamina-related boosts. Also look for relics or weapons with stamina recovery on attacks, increased stamina regen, or flat stamina increases. For talismans, you absolutely want Winged Sword Insignia or Millicent's Prosthesis for attack power boosts on successive attacks. Since Duchess attacks faster and more frequently than most classes, these talismans are constantly active and will be a huge buff. The Godskin Swaddling Cloth is great for health restoration on successive attacks. If you're running weapon skills frequently, grab the Warrior Jar Shard for a 15% attack power boost to skills. If you go down the spellcasting hybrid build route, pick these talismans. The Radagon Icon for faster spellcasting, Primal Glintstone Blade for FP cost reduction, and Graven School Talisman for sorcery damage. For passive effects on weapons, you want to prioritize anything FP related since you'll be casting constantly. FP restoration on successive attacks is incredible, as is reducing FP cost of spells or improving magic attack power. So that's it. Good luck, and here's a really OP Iron Eye build that can win you solo games super easy. I'll see you there.